It's been over 50 years since Little House on the Prairie first aired, and the cast? They've been through marriages, scandals, heartbreak, and transformations no one saw coming. Let's see how they look and live in 2026. Number 1, we have Melissa Sue Anderson as Mary Ingalls. Melissa Sue Anderson was born on September 26, 1962, in Berkeley, California, and joined Little House on the Prairie in 1974 at just 11 years old. Today, in 2026, she's 62 years old. Mary was the sweet, responsible eldest Ingalls daughter, whose heartbreaking blindness storyline in Season 4 moved millions of viewers and made her the only cast member to earn an Emmy nomination for acting. Off-screen, Anderson was reserved and didn't get close to her younger co-stars, but she dated celebrities like Lorenzo Lamas and Frank Sinatra Jr., saying before meeting television writer Michael Sloan in 1989. They married on March 17, 1990, and had 2 children, daughter Piper and son Griffin. In 2002, the family moved to Montreal, and they became Canadian citizens in 2007. Anderson stepped away from Hollywood to give her kids normal lives, later publishing her memoir, The Way I See It, in 2010. She was offered the lead role in The Blue Lagoon, but turned it down due to the nudity required. Tragically, her husband Michael passed away on August 13, 2025, at age 78, after 35 beautiful years of marriage, one of Hollywood's most stable unions. Number 2, we have Michael Landon as Charles Ingalls. Michael Landon was born Eugene Maurice Orowitz on October 31, 1936, in Queens, New York, and was 37 years old when Little House on the Prairie premiered in 1974. He would have been 88 today. Yes, he didn't just play America's favorite TV dad, Pa Ingalls. He created, wrote, directed, and produced the entire series, appearing on TV Guide's cover 22 times. But behind the wholesome image was a complicated man. Landon was married 3 times and had 9 children, and his second marriage ended in a highly publicized scandal when he began an affair with 18-year-old makeup artist Cindy Clerico right on the Little House set. The affair devastated co-stars like Melissa Gilbert, who saw him as a father figure, and Karen Grassle, who later wrote about how uncomfortable it made everyone. He lost endorsement deals and his reputation took a hit. Despite the scandalous beginning, Landon married Cindy in 1983, and they had 2 children, daughter Jennifer, now a Yellowstone star, and son Sean. And they remained together until his death from pancreatic cancer on July 1, 1991, at just 54 years old. His final words were, "I love you" to Cindy, and over 500 guests, including President Reagan, attended his funeral. Number 3, we have Alison Arngrim as Nellie Olson. Alison Arngrim was born on January 18, 1962, in New York City, and joined the show in 1974 at 12 years old. Today, in 2026, she's 63 years old. Nellie Olson was TV's most hated brat, the spoiled schemer with iconic blonde ringlets everyone loved to despise, and Arngrim made the role unforgettable, even though she originally auditioned for Laura and Mary. Off-screen, her life was far more painful. She was sexually abused by her older brother starting at age 6, keeping it secret for decades. Playing Nellie became unexpected therapy, on allowing her to release anger through on-screen tantrums. She revealed her abuse on Larry King Live in 2004 and became a passionate child protection advocate. After a brief first marriage to Donald Spencer from 1989 to 1993, Alison found lasting love with musician Robert Paul Schoonover. They married in 1993 and celebrated over 30 years together. She also became an AIDS activist after losing her close friend and on-screen husband Steve Tracy to the disease in 1986. In 2010, she published her best-selling memoir, Confessions of a Prairie Bitch, and today she hosts the Alison Arngrim Show podcast while still performing her stand-up comedy worldwide, proving Nellie's spirit lives on. Number 4, we have Victor French as Isaiah Edwards. Victor French was born on December 4, 1934 in Santa Barbara, California, the son of a Hollywood stuntman, and joined Little House in 1974 at 39 years old. He would have been 90 today. Mr. Edwards was the rugged, lovable mountain man with a heart of gold who became like family to the Ingalls, and the role transformed French's career after years of playing villains in westerns like Gunsmoke and Bonanza. He and Michael Landon became inseparable best friends. Landon said he spent more time with Victor than with his own wife. When French briefly left to star in Carter Country from 1977 to 1979, he returned immediately after it was canceled, and Landon later brought him to Highway to Heaven as co-star. French was married twice. to Judith Shenz, and then actress Julie Cobb, both ending in divorce, and he had 3 children. Tragically, French was a lifelong chain smoker, and in April 1989, he was diagnosed with advanced lung cancer. Just 3 months later, on June 15, 1989, he passed away at only 54 years old, 2 years before Landon died of the same disease. At his funeral, an airplane flew overhead with his final humorous message: "Eat shit, love Victor." Number 5, we have Karen Grassle as Caroline Ma Ingalls. Karen Grassle was born on February 25, 1942, in Berkeley, California, and was 32 years old when she became TV's most beloved mother in 1974. Today, in 2026, she's 82 years old. Ma Ingalls was the heart and soul of the family, always steady and strong, especially when clashing with the obnoxious Harriet Olsen. Before Little House, Grassle was a trained stage actress who studied in London on a Fulbright fellowship and even performed on Broadway. But behind the scenes, she battled alcoholism, entering recovery in 1977, and clashed with Michael Landon over pay, on which she detailed in her 2021 memoir, Bright Lights, Prairie Dust. She's been married 3 times, to actor Leon Russom, then James Allen Radford, with whom she adopted son Zach, and finally Dr. Scott Sutherland. And here's the incredible twist. In late 2025, Grassle revealed she's dating again, with sculptor Robert Gove, a man she first fell in love with 64 years ago when she was just 19 years old. After reconnecting via email following a TV festival in Monaco, they fell back in love, and she's now bought an apartment in Carrara, Italy, to split time between continents. At 83, she's proving love truly has no expiration date. Number 6, we have Richard Bull as Nels Olson. Richard Bull was born on June 26, 1924, in Zion, Illinois, and joined Little House in 1974 at 50 years old. He would have been 100 years old today. Nels Olson was the patient, kind-hearted general store owner constantly caught between his overbearing wife Harriet and bratty children Nellie and Willie, often rolling his eyes at their schemes while trying to keep the peace. Bull fell into acting by accident when a friend suggested they attend the Goodman Theater School in Chicago. The friend dropped out after 2 weeks, but Bull was hooked. He served as a radio operator in the Army Air Corps during World War II before pursuing his passion. In real life, Bull had one of Hollywood's longest marriages. He met actress Barbara Collentine at drama school, and they married in 1948, staying together for an incredible 65 years. Unlike his henpecked character, Bull described his real marriage as a true partnership. After Little House, he appeared in Highway to Heaven and Hill Street Blues before retiring to the Motion Picture and Television Fund home with his wife. On February 3, 2014, Richard Bull passed away at 89 years old from pneumonia complications, remembered by co-stars as a genuinely kind soul who was exactly like Nels in real life. Number 7, we have Katherine McGregor as Harriet Olsen. Katherine McGregor was born Dorley Dean McGregor on January 12, 1925, in Glendale, California, and was 49 years old when she joined Little House in 1974. She would have been 100 today. Harriet Olsen was TV's ultimate busybody villain, gossipy, greedy, arrogant, and absolutely hilarious, creating the perfect comic foil to the wholesome Ingalls family. McGregor described Harriet as the touch of pepper in the sweetness of the show, and worked hard to add humor to the character. She was originally painted as black and white mean. Anyone that mean has to be a fool. So I began mixing farce into it. Off-screen, she was married twice, to actor Burt Remsen and Edward G. K. Martin, both ending in divorce with no children. She battled alcoholism and found peace through her conversion to Hinduism, becoming so devoted that she missed the series finale because she was on a pilgrimage in India. After the show, she retired from screen acting to teach children through her company, the We Hollywood Vedanta Players. Despite playing a villain, co-stars remembered her as loving and nurturing. Melissa Gilbert said she taught me so much about acting, vintage jewelry, and life. McGregor passed away on November 13, 2018, at 93 years old at the Motion Picture Retirement Home. Number 8, we have Kevin Hagen as Dr. Hiram Baker. Kevin Hagen was born on April 3, 1928, in Chicago, Illinois, the son of professional ballroom dancers, and joined Little House in 1974 at 46 years old. He would have been 96 today. Doc Baker was Walnut Grove's trusted physician who delivered babies, treated injuries, and brought calm to every medical crisis, appearing in over 100 episodes throughout the series. Hagen had a fascinating pre-acting life. After his father abandoned the family, he was raised by his mother and aunts, later serving in the U.S. Navy, earning a degree in international relations from USC, and even working for the State Department in Germany. He started law school at UCLA but dropped out to pursue acting. I just found it absolutely became part of me. Before Little House, he played villains in westerns, most memorably as the renegade who kills James Stewart's family in Shenandoah. But Doc Baker showed his gentler side. Hagen was married 4 times, meeting his final wife Jan in 1993 while performing his one-man show, A Playful Dose of Prairie Wisdom based on his beloved character. In 2004, he was diagnosed with esophageal cancer and passed away on July 9, 2005, at 77 years old at his home in Oregon, remembered for his humility, warmth, and professionalism. Number 9, we have Rachel Lindsay Greenbush as Carrie Ingalls. Rachel Lindsay Greenbush was born on May 25, 1970, in Hollywood, California, and joined Little House on the Prairie in 1974 at just 4 years old. Today, in 2025, she's 54 years old. While Carrie was the adorable youngest Ingalls daughter who famously tumbled down the hill in the show's iconic opening credits. That wasn't scripted. It was a real accident that Michael Landon loved so much he kept it in. Rachel shared the role with her identical twin sister Sydney, and viewers had no idea there were 2 of them because the credits listed them together as Lindsay Sydney Greenbush. After the show ended, Rachel retired from acting to pursue education, earning an accounting degree from California Lutheran University and working as a horse trainer. But here's the fairy tale twist. Rachel found love because of Little House. In 1977, while filming the episode The Wolves, 7-year-old Rachel was resting under an oak tree on set when she spotted 14-year-old Danny Sanchez, a local boy who had permission from Michael Landon to watch filming. They lost touch for over 30 years, but reconnected in 2012, fell in love, and in July 2014, they married under that very same oak tree where they first met as children. Number 10, we have Jonathan Gilbert as Willie Olson. Jonathan Gilbert was born on April 28, 1967, in Los Angeles, California, and joined Little House on the Prairie in 1974 at just 7 years old. Today, in 2026, he's 57 years old. Willie Olson was the mischievous, spoiled younger brother of Nellie Olson, who threw spitballs, pulled pranks, and drove everyone in Walnut Grove crazy, but eventually matured into a responsible young man who married for love against his mother Harriet's wishes. What many fans don't realize is that Jonathan is the real-life adopted brother of Melissa Gilbert, who played his on-screen rival Laura Ingalls. They were both adopted by actors Barbara Cowan and Paul Gilbert. Jonathan remained on the show for its entire run, one of only 6 actors to do so, and he remembers auditioning for Michael Landon. He just laughed and laughed, and as a kid, I didn't know what the hell he was laughing about. He was magic. But after Little House ended, Jonathan did something unexpected. He completely disappeared from Hollywood and his family. He moved to New York City, earned an MBA, and became a stockbroker, cutting himself off from the entertainment world and his famous sister for years. In her 2009 memoir, Melissa revealed they'd lost contact, but around Christmas 2018, they finally reconnected and have stayed in touch ever since. Number 11, we have Sydney Greenbush as Carrie Ingalls. Now, Sydney Robin Greenbush was born on May 25, 1970, in Hollywood, California, 3 minutes after her twin sister Rachel, and joined Little House on the Prairie in 1974 at just 4 years old. Today, in 2026, she's 54 years old. While Rachel was born first, Sydney is the twin who actually took that famous tumble down the hill in the opening credits. She once explained that she was wearing one of her shoes on the wrong foot and lost her balance. But Michael Landon found it so charming he made it permanent. After Little House ended, Sydney stepped completely away from acting to pursue her passion for horses. She studied animal science at Pierce College, earned her pro rodeo permit, and became a member of the Women's Professional Rodeo Association, competing in barrel racing and training horses at her California ranch. In April 2000, Sydney married horse breeder and veterinarian William "Rocky" Foster, and they worked together for 9 years building their life around horses. But tragedy struck in May 2009, when Sydney asked Rocky for a divorce. 2 days later, he called her to say he planned to take his own life, and then did. Sydney has never remarried and has remained fiercely private, staying off social media entirely. She still attends Little House reunions with her sister, but otherwise lives quietly, honoring Laura Ingalls Wilder's legacy in her own way. Number 12, we have Dabs Greer as Reverend Robert Alden. Dabbs Greer was born Robert William Greer on April 2, 1917, in Fairview, Missouri, and joined Little House on the Prairie in 1974 at 57 years old. He would have been 107 today. Reverend Alden was Walnut Grove's gentle, soft-spoken minister who baptized babies, married couples, comforted the grieving, and served as the town's moral compass through every crisis. What made Greer perfect for the role was that he'd already spent his entire career playing ministers. He was the Reverend who married Mike and Carol Brady in the Brady Bunch pilot, married Rob and Laura Petrie on the Dick Van Dyke Show, and appeared in over 600 television episodes across 5 decades. Before acting, Greer headed the drama department at a Missouri high school and taught at the famous Pasadena Playhouse. He had a distinctive Southern accent that made him ideal for warm, trustworthy characters like doctors, shopkeepers, and clergy. His final major film role was unforgettable. He played the 108-year-old Paul Edgecombe in The Green Mile, alongside Tom Hanks, narrating the entire story from his memories. Greer never married and had no children, living quietly in Pasadena until his death on April 28, 2007, at age 90, from kidney failure and heart disease. His hometown of Anderson, Missouri, renamed their town hall park in his honor in 2002. Number 13, we have Dean Butler as Almanzo Wilder. Dean Butler was born on May 20, 1956, in Prince George, British Columbia, Canada, and joined Little House on the Prairie in 1979 at 23 years old. Today, in 2026, he's 68 years old. Almanzo Wilder was the handsome, hard-working farmer who swept Laura Ingalls off her feet, courted her despite their age difference, and eventually married her in one of television's most beloved wedding episodes. Butler appeared in the final 4 seasons and all 3 TV movies, on becoming half of one of the most iconic TV couples of all time. After Little House ended, Butler continued acting, playing Moondoggie in The New Gidget, and memorably appearing as Buffy's mostly absent father, Hank Summers, on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. On Broadway, he played Rapunzel's prince in the original company of Into the Woods. But his real passion became preserving the Little House legacy. He's produced documentaries including Little House on the Prairie, The Legacy of Laura Ingalls, Wilder and Almanzo Wilder, Life Before Laura, and most recently appeared in the 2025 documentary Little House Homecoming. Butler married actress Katherine McGregor, who played Felice Martin on Beverly Hills 90210 in 2001 after meeting when she auditioned for Michael Landon's series Father Murphy. They've been married over 20 years and live in Los Angeles, each where his wife jokingly sends him off to conventions saying, "Go off and be adored again." Number 14, we have Melissa Gilbert as Laura Ingalls. Melissa Gilbert was born on May 8, 1964, in Los Angeles, California, placed for adoption at birth, and joined Little House on the Prairie in 1974 at just 10 years old, after beating out over 500 other girls for the role. Today, in 2026, she's 60 years old. Laura Half-Pint Ingalls was the spirited, adventurous heart of the entire series, the girl who narrated our journey through pioneer life and grew up before our eyes from mischievous child to loving wife and mother. Off-screen, Gilbert's love life was as dramatic as any episode. She dated co-star Michael Landon's son, had a highly publicized 6-year romance with Rob Lowe, who was present when she got her Hollywood Walk of Fame star at age 19. He briefly dated Tom Cruise, married playwright Bo Brinkman in 1988, and had son Dakota before divorcing in 1992 amid struggles with alcohol. Then married actor Bruce Boxleitner in 1995 and had son Michael, named after her mentor Michael Landon, before divorcing in 2011. Through it all, Gilbert battled addiction, eventually working through recovery after passing out in her dog's bed during a dinner party. In 2012, she met actor Timothy Busfield at a bar near Universal Studios and knew instantly he was the one. They married in April 2013. She wore a red wedding dress, moved to Michigan, then to a cottage in the Catskill Mountains where they live today. She served 2 terms as Screen Actors Guild president, wrote the best-selling memoir Prairie Tale, and even briefly ran for Congress. After all these years, America's sweetheart finally found her happy ending. Number 15, we have Matthew Labyorteaux as Albert Ingalls. Matthew Labyorteaux was born on December 8, 1966, in Los Angeles, California, and joined Little House on the Prairie in 1978 at 11 years old. Today, in 2026, he's 58 years old. Albert was the street-smart orphan adopted by Charles and Carolyn Ingalls, who became the beloved brother Laura never had. struggling with everything from running away to morphine addiction in storylines that push the show's emotional boundaries. But Matthew's real-life story is even more remarkable. He was born with a hole in his heart, was thought to be autistic, couldn't walk until age 3 or speak until age 5, and threw violent tantrums as a toddler. His adoptive parents, talent agent Ronald Labyorteaux and actress Frances Marshall, never gave up on him, and by age 7 he was accompanying his older brother Patrick to auditions and booking his own roles. Before playing Albert, Matthew actually appeared on Little House as a young Charles Ingalls in flashback episodes, impressing Landon enough to create Albert specifically for him. After the show ended, Matthew transitioned into voice acting, becoming the voice of Jaden Yuki in 180 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and appearing in Star Wars video games. In 1992, he and his brother Patrick founded the Youth Rescue Fund, raising $11 million for youth shelters nationwide. Matthew married his wife Leslie in July 2020, becoming stepfather to her 2 children, and continues attending Little House reunions where fans still remember the orphan boy who found a family. Drop a comment telling us which cast member's story surprised you the most. And don't forget to subscribe for more Celebrity Then and Now stories.